And we're live. I think so. You're running out of storage space. I'm not on this. No, I'm not. Got nothing on this laptop. What's it talking about? How's everybody doing? Welcome to another video, I guess, not necessarily episodes of yin and yang we're going to talk about today. So really important concept, and we always got to keep going back to the fundamentals as often as we can because the fundamentals always ring true. And I think what's happening a lot with the world and this and that, and oftentimes what I see is I don't want to say a lack of the understanding of yin and yang, right? But I mean, how much do we all understand of all this stuff we're all learning? So I wanted to emphasize its importance because it's really crucial to look at everything as a yin and yang. There's a yin and yang in everything, every thought, every idea, every movement that you take, every advancing or retreating. There's always a yin and yang, and it's the opposite side of whatever you're engaging yourself in that helps you to maintain the balance, so people can see and think with a clear head and with a balanced heart, mind, soul, all that stuff too. Love you too, sister. So I just wanted to just have a quick chat about yin and yang. We'll pull some cards, see how everything's doing. And I wanted to say Happy New Year because it's Chinese New Year. We're in the water rabbit. So very important to develop those waters, the fluidity, for those who don't know, the rabbit basically symbolizes the old sage looking back on everything that's happened, everything that's going on. So be smart, rabbits are attention to details. So I think it's basically don't take too many risks, but don't sleep on what's actually going on, but focus more on building again, right? This is going to be a year of, well, different depending on your sign, but the energy around this year is going to focus on foundation, and so I wanted to talk about fundamentals, all the fundamentals. Maybe I should title it fundamentals, but yin and yang is huge on this one. What's happening, B Ray? Glad to see you guys, man. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope everybody's doing good. A lot of this stuff's just starting to pour out now, like facts and all and everything. And it's funny because I shared something and a friend put a comment where they're like, I don't even think people even care anymore, And so it's interesting that we go from this one extreme, and then everybody trying to keep the balance of it by saying the opposite, and then now it's just like, well, nobody cares. And I don't know if that's because people don't want to be wrong, or it's ego, or it's something like that, right? Because everybody's got their persona to hold up. So as all this stuff comes out, it's just going to be more and more people kind of like, there's going to be some ego, there's going to be some things that we're going to have to watch for. A lot of that's going to happen with all of us, because we're looking back in the year of the rabbit. We're looking at all the things. We're sitting, as the sage. So I believe the rat's the third year, if I'm not mistaken, in the 12 cycle zodiac. So the first year is the rat, which I am. So and then rabbit's got attention to detail too, right? Because they've already gone through 2 cycles and they're looking back, right? It's number 3. So it's completion in a lot of levels, and I think that that's what is going to be really important for people to do, because everybody's got to come to your center finally. This is a chance once and for all. Come to go back to and stay in your center and build from your center. All that stuff that's important to you, all the that you live for, that you want to do in life or whatever, now's the time to do it. And just be careful of taking risks and doing things like that. But it's really important to understand the dualities in everything, and no matter what you think you actually are still just learning. We all are. There's always another layer and always another level. So the concept of like getting comfy with who you are and what you know, and this and right, and this feeds into anybody's lifestyle who potentially does that, where you get too grumpy, right? I always think like the old man who's grumpy, been there, done that, and he's not moving, he's not fluid, he's not looking back on his things, so how he can better himself, better his life, take care of his family, friends, stuff like this more. And yourself, because ultimately all of the readings, they all just kind of say the same thing. They say take care of your health. Okay, fundamental, guys, fundamental. We shouldn't have to worry about what year it is. We all need to take care of our health. Okay. Like, we need to take care of our everything in our life, our relationships, our income, our finances, whatever, which is, I don't even know how finances are a thing, right? But it's really not. It's money is not part of this the Chinese or the zodiacs. It's not about money, right? But it's finding the balance, learning what you can do, what you want to do. Don't burn yourself out. So it's really all the same. I'm reading on it and I'm just going like, it's the same thing every year, like no matter what. And I'm not trying to talk smack to the water rabbit, but it's definitely this energy and focus where we're going to get a lot of clarity. The world is going to come, all this truth stuff, it's already been coming out, it's already out. So nobody should be feeling bad about talking about anything. Nobody should be getting censored anymore. None of this, all of this is done, and it starts now because you guys decided, right? We gotta constantly remind ourselves how this game works and what you can do to be the best in every situation, whatever that is, best for yourself, best for others, but really it's a time to look back. And that's what I like the most about it, about the rabbit, the attention to detail. It's time to put all your ducks in a row, build. We're here to build a new earth. Let's go. We have to build it. Do whatever you can, whenever you can, however you can. And if it becomes too much, stop doing it, or see if you can change it, or see if you can, add it into your life in a different way, or take the time off from whatever it is that you're doing. All of these things, it's all the same, whatever it is. And that's all I want to talk about, yin and yang, because help me out with this one, guys. It's essentially just, it's the acceptance of the light and the dark. It's the fact that it's always here. It will always be here. And this is why we say there's no defeating, right, one or the other, because we're creator beings. Sure, I guess we can destroy, of course, but even in the destruction, we're creating destruction. So it's always about creation. And what are you choosing to create? Are you choosing to destroy? Well, that's one way to go. Another way to go is to just forget about everything and focus on, whatever you want to do, which is very important to me, because I think that's what life's all about. Like the saying, you don't work a day in your life, you'll never work at all. I said, I know, that's why I don't work or whatever, like it's all a yin and yang. It's all a perspective. It's all, and I've talked about this tons of times. So I wanted to see what the cards have to say. I might just hop on those like right now. I don't have too much to say myself. I'll be going live with Jeanette probably later tonight, so we'll have a little more dialogue back and forth. If you guys want to check that out, it's on her channel on Facebook. Yeah, balance is tricky. Definitely. Yeah, manifest from love instead of ego. Yeah, that is really that is a bit of a trick, but good. It's going great. It is. It's picking up a lot of speed. Yeah, and you're 7. Yeah, so you're good. It is now. It's going to happen now. And then next year is the dragon. So we're going to have, next year is going to be popping, like going to start, and again, depends on how long it takes people to, I figure the way I see it is we're always a little bit late, like the energies are here and some of us might integrate them quicker than others. whatnot, what have you. But yeah, the world's definitely in for it, and we all are. So it's crucial right now that you love yourself. Everybody loves themselves, because if this is the year of looking back, this is the year of checking out what decisions you've made and the right ones to move forward. Don't be critical on yourself. You know what I mean? Be as critical-less as you possibly can, because you're just going to frustrate yourself or upset yourself. Yeah, whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys. And I like how you said manifesting from ego and manifest. A lot of this, I feel, the ego, you have to manifest from something. Like it's kind of like triggers, right? Like there's no judgment and there's no hatred and there's none of this when you're triggered. But if I'm talking with somebody, like if I like a good example is Master Shi, Shi Hengyi, right? Kung Fu Shaolin monk dude, does the UK division, Shaolin Temple School, and he said something, like life, and he was talking about a concept, and then you realize life is not suffering. It's not here, like it's not out to get you. And I just started busting a gut, because I'm just like, literally the Buddhist teachings, Buddha himself, like I think it's the 8 paths, I forget which one. Like Buddha himself said, life is suffering, so blah, 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 blah. So that's his thing, right? So something like that. And I thought it was important to bring it as an example with triggers, because you're supposed to get triggered to say things. And so going back to where I want to start, we got triggered when we saw what was happening on Earth, and we came here, so it's like triggers, my ego that says I'm going to save the world, or whatever. It's just like, it's not that you shouldn't manifest with, your ego. It's such a big word. And if all we do is take negativity from the word, then we're never really going to understand what the ego is, because remember, guys, yin and yang. So the ego, to want peace on earth, I mean, is that, is that ego? And I totally agree with what you're saying, though. But this is why I wanted to talk with the yin and yang, is because, and triggers, because we're supposed to get triggered, but again, is that the bad version, like the word ego, trigger, like everything I do, I'm just reactive and blah, 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 and I'm just mad. No, not emotionally, like, but we're supposed to hear things in life and go, hey, wait, that doesn't make sense. And then talk about it. And then maybe it will make sense. Very simple concept. Maybe doesn't happen all the time. Okay. But everything has yin and yang in it. And that's what we all need to realize, because while everyone is purging, and we're downloading and we're this, it's one thing I say when I do Tai Chi, or I tell people, is there's always the concept of breathing in the new and the good and exhaling the bad. And by default, yeah, that's what you want to do. But ultimately, the goal is to be balanced between the two at all times and any time. So you want to inhale good and exhale good, is the way I put it, which doesn't sound like balance, but it's because you're choosing to be in the state of ideally balance in that situation. If you can do specific work on you can do work in all different ways, however, but it all comes down to your intention. When I do Tai Chi, Qigong, anything, or I even go work out at the gym, like it's all about balance. It's not about, just I'm doing it so you do it so your energy fulfills itself. It cycles fully again, and you get back into alignment, and this is what we do with triggers. This is why when people say things, we go, wait, that doesn't sound right. But of course, we live in the world where you can sue somebody for saying, like anything nowadays. So it's a little out of whack, you know what I mean? But then it's got its good part too, because if, I said something and, then somebody sues me for it, I mean, I can protect myself under free speech, I guess. I don't know where that one's going, but, essentially it's this, it's what were you born with? Everyone is trying to get back to who they are, what their balance is. What you are, only like, and I don't mean like only, but you know what I mean? Like, what you are deep down inside, and what's triggering you, and what's not triggering you. you know what your ego is for you. You know what I mean? Maybe, this or that. But it would be weird to say, like, oh, uh, I want a lot of money, but that's my ego, or I want a beautiful relationship, that's my ego, or, I want a this or that or the other, right? Because then the flip to that is I want to help everybody else get all their stuff okay, but you can't do that for people, right? We have to do, so it's always a balance. Millions of ways of balancing. We are in, right, like walking. It's the constant state of getting out of balance and then rebalance, getting back into balance. I mean, unless you balance on one foot, then you'd be good. But even, just walking, everything we do, every time we have a thought, every time we have a this, every time we have that, do anything, it's creation. And we got to remember that we're the creators out there, guys. The whole point of going into your shadow work is so that you clear the energies. It's not so you identify with them and make them a part of your persona. It's not so you, well, whatever. It's so, all this stuff gets cleared. And that's why meditation and all this stuff is so important. Shushing, being quiet. There's a lot of people in the world that aren't. There are a lot of spiritual people out there. They don't meditate, and again is, and how you meditate is how you meditate. So, but understanding what meditation is so that you can do it in any situation, in any moment in time. Because then if you're out in public, let's say, and you're interacting with people, the opposite, the yin yang to the word manifestation in that respect means that the opposite would be you're quiet, you're by yourself, and or with group people, but you're not talking, walking, engaging, and doing all these things. So can we all meditate at any point in time? Sure. But are you taking the time to develop your practice? Are you developing, right? And that's what this whole water rabbit, that's what I've been doing, like, for a week now, like hardcore, and I was reading because I'm a rat, and I think it said something about, how rats should approach it. And it says that we're super hardworking and we gotta, make sure to take time to relax. And I was just like, okay, yeah, thanks for the tip, because I always relax. I'm always relaxed. I'm always relaxed. So I think I'm good, but and that's the thing. Navigating energies. What does that even really mean? All it means is just like, essentially, at the end of the day, being okay with whatever happens, or not, but being okay that you're not, or you are okay, right? So, and yin and yang, because it extends beyond just polarity. Then there's polarity of creation and non-creation, the nothingness and the void, or whatever you want to call it. And everything is just, every time we do something and we branch off, that's why everybody's, I feel, gets confused. They get stuck in a box. They're trying to figure things out too much and they forget to let it all go. That's the other half. What is the true yin and yang balance for this planet? It's everybody needs to just stop. That's why I would say that on my show. I guess I do. But not stop, keep going, obviously, but it's the balance. It's a balance thing. It's a balance thing. And Mama Gaia is taking us whether we want to go or not, so we're going to be good. But the whole point of your shadow work is so that you actually get past whatever all the things are that you need to get past. And so you're not hooked still. The point is to not be still hooked. Right. So let them go. And the process now is that it takes that inhale and the exhale of the negative, if you will, because integrating the negative doesn't mean you're getting rid of it. That's still, you know what I mean? That's still implying that, like, oh, I got a pain in my side, or like, what do they do with the appendix? They just like cut it out. Like, no, you can heal it. Like, just heal it. Like, you don't have to cut it out and get rid of it all, together entirely, throwing out the baby with the bathwater, right? We got to stop doing stuff like that. And people got to stop worrying too much about, whatever it is that they're doing or what they're not doing. If that's the case, that's, which, again, when you look at the world, what choices do we make? These past 3 years, everybody's, been freaking out. I don't like seeing that. It's balance. Everybody wants peaceful earth, peace on earth. But if we're all truly peaceful and balanced, like, I mean, it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. It's like, it wouldn't look like this. We wouldn't need to go and do half of the stuff that's going on in the world, and trying to fix program that's broken. You're stuck in the program, and you're not going to fix it from inside the program, right? You got to look outside of it all. So that's the whole practice, is constantly backing up, zooming out so you can see. And that's today, challenge for you guys, whatever. Like, try and remember in every moment that it's a yin and yang thing. There's something else happening, right? Even though you might not see it, or you have to be a certain way, because again, triggers. How are we supposed to talk about any of it? If people didn't get triggered, there'd be no freedom movement. I don't know what to call this. There'd be nobody out there saying anything. You know what I mean? If people didn't get triggered with what leaders have been saying and however it's been going, then that's literally the balance. But there's a lot of self-identification with all of these things. And I think that was another part of it that's important. Make a whole video on that or something. But you guys know me. I try to explain this very simply, so I feel like I'm always repeating myself over and over and over. But it's love, as always. Love your light side, love your dark side, love whatever side you have, and love it. Give it, like, actually love it. Stare it down, right? Because we're too busy identifying with, oh, I did this in the past, or oh, I did that. And it ain't easy to let some things go, but that's not the point. It's not the point anymore. And that's why if you can call somebody up and say, hey man, I'm sorry, I did that. Remember when we were 13, we're at that one place, I call them, tell them you're sorry, like, if it'll probably feel good for you. Don't be scared to do it. We have to stare these things down, and it doesn't mean you stare the person down, but you have to face it. And it's really not that scary. I think a lot of the world, a lot of the fear is just all whipped up because everything is on TV, whatever. And again, like movies, like I was saying in the last one, whatever, they're not real. They're not real. I mean, like, we can argue, disclosures happening in each movie, so it's not, but the movie is not real. But we all act like we should all be living or feeling like we're living a movie style, right? So it's okay to be chill. I don't know how to say that. That's totally my thing. Me and Bob Marley, we're like homies, brother from another mother. That's what are you guys doing? Yeah, great track record so far. Heck yeah. 2023 is going to be off the chain. Everything's going to change this year. It's going to start to be, people are going to see it. People are going to rabbit, and they're going to read all the fine print. Right? Because now everybody that didn't want to read the fine print in the beginning are having to deal with what happens when you don't read the fine print. So how many times are we going to learn the fine print lesson, right? None of us want to read it because I don't like reading, and you better read it, because especially if you're signing it, I mean, then if not, learn it if you want to learn it or not. But it's going to be awesome this year. Yeah, because Dragons next year. Yeah, Dragons are coming next year. It's going to be really fun. For a lot of us. Yeah, all of this is fun for me. Oh my God, the lighting's weird. Whoa. I look like Trump. Did I say that out loud? But it's on my face. You can see look at every freckle I got on there. All right. What else are you guys saying? Yeah, Dragon's gonna be next year. You already know. So rabbit this year to get ready for the Dragon. So make sure this year foundations are good. Everything's good. Everything's going good. Don't be spendy. It's that, you take risks, but they said it's more communication, because it's water, right? So paying attention to the detail, rabbit, start to listen to others more. Start to, really adopt that gnosis, the higher path, the higher self, the wisdom, of it all. The instead of what do I need or whatever, what do they need? Or if you're too much of a giver, what do I need? Pay attention. That's what all this is about. It's all about all the different levels of awareness that we get, that we can consciously remember. Excuse me, hold on. That incense, man. Whew, I got the door wide or the window wide open. That incense is just like, oh, you're in the corner? Cool. I'm gonna just go all over your face. Yeah, I'm really excited for next year, because next year's when the creations are gonna start to actually manifest initially, right? All the things that we've been thinking about, all of this, all of that. Now that we've had all this experience leading up till the year of the rabbit, we're gonna put it all together. So don't snooze on putting together yourself, right? Because that's how you put together your life, right? Like you clean the house or you don't clean the house, right? And not to say, you might have that clutter mind where it might be cluttered, but everything. I mean, somebody who doesn't care about life, they're not going to care to clean the house, is the example. So caring, cleaning, paying attention, lining everything up, and engaging in your life, like I was saying, or I've said before, but earlier, like, go do it, go face it down, because we keep identifying with our personas and these personalities that we have, and personalities are great and they're fun, but they're just tools. It's just like being Batman when you're a kid, right? When we grow up and we say, oh, I'm going to be a lawyer. I don't know, what does an adult say, but it's like, oh, anyway, it's just, it's a constant identification with them all, or with something, and that makes people feel secure. People want to know who they are, and then it's like, and who I'll be in a relationship with, who's, and because we all have something like that. We all do have our personalities, but our personalities, depends what we mean when we say personality, but yeah, that which we are is already a thing and has always been a thing since before we incarnated. So the idea of personality is to just have fun with it. And I think that's, like, it's why I've always played, like, with words and with jokes, and, like, because nothing I say is like is like who I am. You know what I mean? All it is a thought form that I had. That's it. It's not who I am. You know what I mean? And I'm totally willing to talk about whatever, right? But people get so dogmaed in, it's upsetting, but they'll figure it out. There's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot that people are gonna have to go through if they're unawake. And as far as, I don't want to specify. Just take care of everything in your life, every aspect of it. Whatever you feel fear that you need more, or you need less, or you have too much and you need more free time, like, line all that stuff up for this year, because next year, dragons, you're going to want to have a clear path moving into the year of the dragons. It's not one dragon, it's dragons. We have many dragons on the way. We have many dragons, rabitos. They're all here doing work. Right. I love how you said that. Yeah. Your ego gets happy. I like that. That's really important, because, again, the identification with ego, even that, you're not your ego either. It's all, we're not none of it, right? That's why it's so hard to explain all the stuff that I always say. It's not hard. It's easy for me to explain it, but it's hard to get through. It's hard to, in a way that people can comprende. But more and more people are comprende. And what happens in every path, is people get to a point where they no longer want to be at that point on that path, and then they want to change. So they'll come. They'll start to come. It's taken me my whole life, and finally, people I know, such as my family, are more open to listening, right? So it'll take my whole life. I've been saying this since I was a kid, and then that's that whole thing too, identifying with, kids don't know nothing because they're kids, it just, there's so much magic that is coming. It's already here. If you guys feel it's already here, it's always been here, and that's why I say the more we detach from what it is, the more the easier it gets, it gets more easier. We gotta, it's the whole thing. I got money and houses and cars, and that means I'm successful. And I don't know what to tell them. I've been telling them since I was a baby. That I think everybody's crazy. Like, I don't know what they're talking about, but I don't agree with that at all. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, and then they say why, and I go, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't make sense, And then so is that my trigger? Is that my, what am I supposed to do? What is that? I gotta live in this world. Of course I'm going to want to heal the world. Of course, that's my trigger. Why? Because I see all the pain and the suffering that's going on in the world. Life is pain and suffering. I mean, like, no, it's not. But Buddha said life on earth, right? So she was right, but then Buddha's right? So then it was back and forth, right? So we need to all get off the wheel. You know what I mean? Like, get off the merry-go-round grounds. Just get off it, all right? You're going up, you're going down, you're going, and guess what? It's the same circle, no matter what, no matter how many times we're going to talk about it. It's the same circle. All the findings in the universe are still not going to explain or give anyone what they need to know if we all don't remember love, right? And so this is how, like epic this all really is, is that, and like they say, we've already known, you know in your heart, and we know what the answer is. So anything else outside, and not anything, because obviously, hi guys, like, I can't wait to chat. Right? I know you guys know, right? So it's not anything outside yourself, but we really have to start just maintaining the balance. Gnosis. This is the year of Gnosis, because it's the 3, and the rabbit's looking back on all the little things that is just the past 2 years. If you take the 12, I mean, it's always right, a 12-year cycle. So yeah, so just do it and have fun. Seriously, have fun again. Remember what it's like to have fun. Stop worrying about how successful you are. Stop worrying. People still out there worrying about having 18 cars and 3 mansions. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not what life's about. It's what they're making life about, and they're all going to get that wake-up call. Everybody does. And it's important to realize that the more of us that keep going with all this stuff, we're making it harder for them. Right? Like, we're not trying to, but we're ready. Like, let's go, hurry up. This needs to be, the faster that goes, the more people we're hurting. Right? Like, it sounds terrible. I know, so I have to laugh. Anyways, why you make me say that stuff? I don't know. I don't even know where that came from. I don't know where I'm going with all this stuff. Let's talk about yin and yang. Can we just talk about yin and yang? Yeah. Well, if you don't have problems with the yin and yang, then there's no yin and yang. There's no problem. You know what I mean? Like, and so it's the searching for wholeness. Everybody's searching for wholeness, not thinking that they're whole enough yet. And you always have been, right? And then of course, there's always things we can do to develop ourselves within a society, within a world like this, but it's very different than the things we would be doing to develop ourselves if we're on a different planet, one with a little more peace and love, right? So it's kind of like I'm reading again. I'm like, I started reading The Five Rings like years ago, and I never really finished, but it's kind of short, but I started reading through it again today, and he's all talking about war in a way, and battle, and or the way of the warrior, and all this stuff, and it we idolize that in society. We think it's cool, to be the strong one who defends himself from all the bad guys that come to take his stuff, and steal his money or whatever. But it's and it's not like we don't have to, these are very relevant topics in books, right? We've been at war in this planet for a really long time. So these things are very important for us to know, but they're not things to just idolize necessarily and like build your life around, because the goal is no war. The goal is not war, right? And so that's why it's always it's always kind of like, you give benefit of the doubt to people, and then maybe it doesn't work, right? So what these books can teach is how to recognize the patterns and what's actually happening. Even though on TV they're telling you something else, but it's also not the goal. So the detachment, having the detachment is very important, and that's my jam. That's my jam. Completely detached. I'm so detached. I don't want to even do none of this stuff that I'm doing, right? But because of that, this is exactly what I want to be doing, right? Like, I love being on here right now. Like, I was so excited to hop on this video right now. You guys have no idea. Because I was went to the gym, sitting down and having lunch, watching the boob tube, whatever, and I'm just sitting there like, I gotta go live or something. I need to go find, if it wasn't so freaking cold out, I'd go for a walk, but okay, and the sun's coming. I gotta back up till it goes down behind the trees. Yeah. So it's awesome. Figure out what you guys love to do, man. Yeah, rabbits, super aware of their environment. Yep. Dodging the sun. I'm like, oh yeah. It takes two to tango, but it takes three, and I don't know what else. I don't know how else to go with that, but we gotta think of something. It takes three to. Yeah, I don't know. Because it doesn't really take three. It takes two to tango, right? So what does three do? Three just gets annoying. That's why I say two's company, three's a crowd. Right, exactly. Will you get out of here already? We're doing good. So I'm reaching for the Sacred Earth deck. So it looks like the Sacred Earth has something to say. So let's see what we're. Nice. Ring around the merry-go-round. Sheesh, I know. There we go. This is for the week. I know, we know. Thank you. All right, they're way ahead of me. Forget. Core. Oh, what do you know? Of course, didn't we get this one like last week or something? There's a girl. Oh my goodness, there she is. I don't know if we got core. See what I mean? They're already starting with me right now. What was I talking about? What you know, who you are, all these things inside of you. And that's important, because there's the whole thing about like you create your own reality, and I don't know, I probably said this a million times before, it feels like, but there's also a reality around us, you know what I mean? So it's that beautiful balance of becoming, fully integrated, so that it's not too much. It's not one way or the other. So it's not, it's not too much yin, it's not too much yang. I totally forgot what else I was going to say about that. Yeah, but we summed it up right there at the end. So hopefully you guys are paying attention. Let's see, core. Oh, and it's cool. Dude, I wish I got to shut that light. So she's got, see on her third eye? Wait, where's my hand go? Her third eye is like blasting open. She's got the third eye. You can see the throat chakra. It's blue. All right, heart chakra. Now I want to check the rest out. She's holding her belly. Yep, and that's really important too. The belly, the lower centers. As our bodies activate, we need to make sure the whole thing is activated. The whole thing, you know, fully functioning. Let's read it. Connection. Core. A choice reveals what is at the heart of an action or situation. The closer you get to the truth, the hotter the reaction. Offset external pressures by seeking inner calm. Wealth, relationships, joy, family, independence, status, control. Choose wisely. You have your heart to answer to. Shallow compliments or an aversion to meaningful dialogue is a red flag. Hello. I love that one. That's the earthly meaning. Did I say earthly meaning? Spiritual meaning. The center of existence, the center of the universe, and the centre of your being is everywhere. The center has no fixed address. Every blade of grass, every grain of sand, every starburst, every particle of you is the center. You are the rise and fall of a wave in the cosmic ocean. Never to be repeated, unable to be grasped, yet infinite, eternal, and omnipresent. That's why I talk about the Tao all the time. People got to understand the Tao, the way, right? We will never fully understand it, and we can always draw from it, but it'll never be depleted, and it'll always be explained. Like, I don't know if I said the explanation part right. I don't think that's part of it, but you know, it's constant paradox. So until we realize the world that we're really in, you know, the type of world this is, how it works, you know, we got a long way to go, right? And what's interesting about that is, as much as I like science, I'm a bit of a science nerd, of course. I like things that everybody likes, putting Mentos in a 2-liter of Pepsi, right? It's science will always be limited because it's always behind creation, and I think I said that before, you know. So I love science, but I've never needed science to explain any of this stuff. All I needed was yin yang theory, right? And that's when my brain finally went, "Oh my God, this all makes sense now," right? It makes absolutely zero sense, but it all makes sense now to me, you know? So it's funny. Then I look around and go, anybody? No? Anybody? Oh yeah, Chinese. Yeah, they're communist. Oh, never mind. I forgot I was in America for a second. You know? Freaking weird out here. All right, let's keep going. Which one? I'm like shuffling my decks right now. I just put one on top of the other one. I just realized I put the Shaman deck back inside to move that one. So I'm just gonna keep staring at the screen while I'm talking, and the cards drive by. I'm gonna figure out what is next deck. Let's talk about truth. Oh dang, thank you. What was I talking about? Truth. I don't know. I don't remember. But they're saying now is, I already said that. They're saying it's just, you know, like I've said this a million times, it's everyone's searching for the truth. The whole way you do it is you learn the way and then you forget the way. The whole point of making something muscle memory, shout out General AI Spacetime out there. He's talking about muscle memory recently. The whole point of muscle memory is so that you don't have to like try and figure out the truth anymore. Like when you know it and it's a practice and it becomes part of you, it becomes a part of you. And I think that that's what happens with people is since we're all told that we don't know anything because we're just babies or whatever, and then they just fill up our heads with whatever they want us to think about, and I mean, it's like, dude, it's like Christopher Columbus finding America. You know what I mean? Like the fact that I literally had to, like, was I the only kid? I know I wasn't the only person to at least realize that, especially if there's Native Americans in the class, they probably already know. But, it's like, so I just got told by my educational institution that Columbus found America, right? And then, we had a Revolutionary War to get free, you know what I mean? Like, and they kind of like glaze over the genocide of all the Native Americans, you know what I mean? They don't really tell you any of that. And then I figured that part out, at some point, whatever. And because they'll tell you that, well, we gave them our blankets. And since we were such nice, I mean, it gave them all these diseases and stuff, right? Because, the whatever. So like for me, I'm like, I heard this and I just thought to myself, like really, like I'm a kid. I'm 10 years old. Who knows? Whatever. I don't know why this is going on yet, although I could probably have guessed even at that age. But it's just it's like, I don't like, what do we, how else you got, is nobody thinking out there? Anybody, nobody. So you just said that we found America, we killed all these Indians, and then, I mean, we won, we found our independence. Like what? Like right off the bat, I'm already being lied to. Hello, teacher. You know what I mean? Like, I have a question, but no, you're not allowed to ask. Oh, all right, well then fine. So now I'm just even more thrilled to learn more. I can't wait to learn more. And then people say, you don't like learning? No, I love learning. But I don't think we're learning the same things out here. I mean, like, I know we're not learning the same things because I'm paying attention to something that is going on. Everyone else is just being told. And that's the difference. And that's what we have to stop. Everybody's got to start doing what I said earlier. You're signing that contract and you didn't even read the fine print. Good luck, bro. Good luck. I'll get you. I'll get you bail money if I can, but after that, I mean, I ain't helping you do it more. I ain't helping you go further with that because I already know it ain't gonna work. Like, and so what we've all been sitting here is waiting for the time when it actually stops working. Yeah, and that's now. It's now. It's actually now. Like everybody everywhere is talking about how bad this stuff is. Like everywhere, all the scientists, like they're going down. I saw something, or they're like, Fauci, he ain't got a chance, man. He's going down, right? Or was that some dude who wants to get elected? Yeah, I mean, I don't care. If he, I think he's just saying that for his election campaign. But I also believe that he was true. It was a heartfelt comment. So, yeah, don't worry, it's gonna happen, right? And is that because of triggers? Oh, we already said that. Yeah. No, that was me, and then it was them, and then now it's back to me talking to you guys. My device will restart outside of active hours. Just leave it on. Okay, what if I unplug it? How about now? It's not letting me reschedule the restart. It's going to be in 3 minutes. So does that mean I need to end this now so it stays as a video? This is going to be really weird. What was it? India and Indians. Oh, yeah. I think I've heard that before. Yeah, because he thought he landed in India and he didn't. So he called them the Indians, right? They're not even Indians. That's why when you say Indian, it's supposed to mean, Middle Eastern, right? But I guess, because even Native American, it's just a description. They're Native Americans, but realistically, this isn't even called America. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, I don't want to get into all that. Yeah, I did hear that before. Yeah, if this cuts off, it's going to suck. I unplugged it. Why aren't you like letting me change? Hold on. like I turn Windows Update so that it doesn't update unless it asks me, because I don't like Windows or Microsoft. So give me a second. I'm gonna investigations. Oh, I know how to do it. Just kill it in Task Manager. That'll stop it. Hopefully it doesn't shut down the video. If I go too fast, I might end up ending the browser. Hold on. You guys know you gotta go through your task managers every time you start up your computer, because it starts a whole bunch of programs that you don't even need. Like I could delete 20 of these things right now. I usually don't do it on my laptop here for the show, because I ain't doing nothing on my laptop for the show. It's just for the show. Oh my gosh. Oh, almost. Nope, that was it. I was almost gone. Where's the Microsoft Windows Update one that I can remove? There it is. There it is. There it is. Get out of here. Windows security notification. I don't need that. All right. I actually don't know if it's here. Like I'd have to actually go check and make sure I can find it. But I'm going to leave it at that. I took the and I'm back. Oh wait. I'm back with Michael. There's another Michael. Okay, let's remove him. There we go. Hey, that wasn't too bad. Actually came back pretty good. If it restarts, I guess it'll be a black screen for like 10 minutes or something. I don't know how much it's got to update. Ah, there it goes. Boom, gone. Okay, the icon's gone. I think I got it. We're good. We're good. I totally closed the browser. I was going too fast. What's up that way? Dude, seriously, man. Oh, so what do we got? Again, moving forward. Listen, I don't need the cards to just verify what I talk about, because I've talked about these things my whole life and I already know what I'm talking about. And if that helps people who see this, then great. But let's talk about what, not the whole year. Let's just, oh, look at, so I see a flash of light go by. All right. We're just going to keep going. Right. That's how you're right. No, we don't have to control everything. We don't have to put it in a box. This is going to be like this, and that's going to be like that, and this represents this, and that represents that, and then this, and then it's just. Can you not just feel what's going on right now? You can't feel that. You don't feel that, right? It doesn't need a name, doesn't need an explanation, but it does, because, well, people, we have all been getting lied to for a very, 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 very long time. Very, very, very long time. And what I don't like is the spiritual lies, right? That's this. I've landed, and now I'm where I'm supposed to be, right? I mean, we're all still getting there. You know what I mean? We're all moving forward. You know, we're all gonna be elsewhere at some point, and that should be exciting, right? Think about that. Yin and yang, got it all the time. How much change do you want? We all want to change. We want to change. We want to change. Are you ready for the change? All right, cool. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Where do you think we're going? Magic carpet ride? No, we're taking a Viking ship. That's what we're taking. And who is this? What do they always put on the front of their Viking ships? Dragons. So hop in the boat, and then by next year, we're going to be on Dragonland. Okay. So we're going to do this one. Joy, travel, and bounty. This rune indicates that your bounty has arrived and material gain is on its way. Vend brings joy and blessings to the physical and spiritual. Boom. See them all right here? I was wondering why there's 4. Boo, 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 boo. But this one looks like a doubler. And then that's like a, and then, oh my God, there's so many things on the card. I'm just kidding. You have reached your potential and all your hard work is coming to fruition. There's something else. See, didn't I just say like I'm where I'm supposed to be? Like all you guys are where you're supposed to be. We're all where we're like, all of that stuff. Don't get it twisted, right? It's very simple. Keep it simple, right? Like, there is something alchemical at this moment. Knowledge plus action has finally resulted in removing the obstacles to your abundance and success. The joy we receive in our lives comes from within. Trust that the energy from above and the earth below is united. Vend is the old saying, your ship will come in. Oh, so we're not necessarily traveling, but it does say joy, travel, and bounty. And I think that has to do with the internal, right? Look at the journey we've all been on. You know what I'm saying? Think of the journey we've all been on. Look at this, right? Dragons are coming. So we've been traveling, and we've all stuck to our guns. Maybe some of us, whatever your guns was, yin or yang, not a problem. And now you're where you're at. Let's go. Wherever you're at, right? Whatever's coming. This is really good. I really like this guy. Oh my gosh, I'm keeping him. I want a Viking boat, and I want shields on the sides. I'm total Viking. Like, I know I'm total Viking. I have to be. Like, that's my. I don't know what it is. Something about Vikings. Like, there's so many badass people that have been around. And Vikings, for me, they never fail to deliver. Vikings. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I do know why, but I'm just saying. Can I just say everything got to be recorded down here? I mean, dang, Spirit, they're recording everything. Can't do nothing. Then we become aware that it's all being recorded. Then now I really can't do nothing, because now I'm freaking out over everything again. Like, Spirit's so funny. They say, relax, don't worry about life, it's all good, it's all 10K. And then you realize, like, you're creating everything in every moment. And then it's like, that's why I'm the master of nothing. I don't want to influence anything, but I do in a very loving and passionate and understanding way. So it's like, I do that by not engaging with shit, just like creating my own things, doing my own things, right? Talking to like-minded people, What did that last card say? The red flag. Any deep conversations, avoidance of deep conversations is a red flag. I like that one. Because it's not just a red flag. I mean, maybe somebody doesn't want to talk about something, but yeah, it's a lack of remembering that you're human. Is everybody coming home? Is it Monday? It is Monday. It's Monday. People are coming home. That's why there's all the cars. Yeah, sailing away, man. Flowing. Good. Yeah. Stay in the flow. Okay, he's not coming home. He came. He must have picked somebody up. Revving the engine a couple times. There it goes. Sorry. And the color changed for a few seconds. Yeah, I just looked at, because the sun's gone, I just looked at my size. Oh, I can look like a person again, not like an orange. Let's get this. We got Lemuria coming through. I only did one card with you guys, and you know what? We didn't start with the Crow Tarot. I know. We're going to. Okay, why? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I'm watching what did I get into? It's kind of fun on Netflix, is The Recruit. So he's like this totally green guy, and he works CIA, and he's a lawyer, but he gets involved and blah blah blah, and he ends up kind of like having a knack for field work. And why am I saying this? Because it was funny, because of what they said in the show. Nope, that's gone. All right, it's gone. I'll remember later. Yeah, and oh my gosh, you guys, seriously, the amount of being non-physical for me, oh my God, it's happening constantly. I have no idea. Like, I don't even feel like I'm on Earth half the time. And they say, we need grounding. I'm like, no, I'm good on grounding. I'm here. like that was always a funny thing, like grounding. It's a word, it's a term, definitely it helps the body. You always want to do that. After a while, you take care of yourself, and it's still fluctuations. You're still going to have fluctuations. It's never going to be until we get the vessel, right? The human vessel. It's got to actually do it, actually be stepped up. And that takes the effort, it takes all the effort. That's the number one thing I dislike about this place. Can I say this? It's no offense. It's just that everything takes so much energy and time and misunderstanding, and it takes so much just to be like, dudes, what's up, dudes? You guys want to go hang out? No? Why? You don't know me? Oh yeah, well, you're right. Like, I don't know. And then it's a million things that come. I don't think the way you look is somebody I want to hang out with. You know what I mean? So then we're good. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like this. I don't like that. It's kind of like a bunch of kids who all grew up with zero parental guidance. It's kind of like what this place is. It's kind of accurate in a way, from an angle, right? Depends on what angle, right? I'm just saying in that angle. Okay. I don't want to ruffle any feathers because, their feathers get ruffled. No, it just doesn't. They don't, right? Anybody says spirit's upset with you? No, that's not how that works. No, I don't think that's the case at all. All right, let's see. Oh, dude, hello, furried and feathered friends. Cool. Yeah. See, thank you. I asked if it was just going to be cards, just whatever I'm saying. Like, can we get something that you guys are saying? And they're saying furred and feathered friends. Oh, come on into view. Oh my gosh. Hey, there's my hand. All right. Check it out. These cards are so pretty. Oh, she got her arms up. Like, hey. Oh, and then there's the eagle. And then the sun. And then more animals. Okay. Let's go to the furred and feathered friends. That's really important too, actually, now that you make me think of it, because I'm thinking of when I saw the dog in the car and then the kitties that always walk around over here. Like, they're like my best friends. I don't even, some random dog in a car. I don't even know. All right, let's go. Communication. Oh, no, wait. Culture. Oh, 21. 20. Oh, 27. Oh, whoa. That was way off. All right. Furred and feathered. Furred. I want to say furried. Ethical consumption, making a difference through our food choices, caring for all beings, animals, environmental awareness, doing the best we can, animal spirit guides. Animals are intuitive and sacred beings that walk the earth beside us. Yes, that's how that sentence reads. They are the wisdom keepers of many earth traditions and some of our most loving companions. They have much to teach us, and yet the way some species are treated is quite unbelievable. Yet, pretty much every single one of us down here, species, animals and humans. I mean, the animals got it worse, and they're here to give us so much. So, yeah, it doesn't compare, but it kind of compares. It's the same thing. Okay. Sheesh. As we become more empathic, I'm not going to argue with you, Spirit. As we become more empathic in our sense of compassion, I'm just explaining for the people. Shut up. As we become more empathic in our sense of compassion expands beyond that of our own family and community sphere, we start to see other beings and the quality of their lives as interconnected and equal. We may be inspired to align our actions with our compassion to minimize the harm we do to the planet and all our inhabitants. As humans are evolving and moving to a lighter consciousness, our bodies may struggle to digest what was once healthy and fortifying. Also, when we are doing the work spiritually, We may feel more sensitive to things that don't fit with our values when we take on the energy of a product that has suffering imbued in it. No matter how good it tastes or even how organic it is, we may notice a lowering of our vibration as it challenges our spiritual integrity or our body upgrading. Okay, same thing. Okay, this is not to say that there is one way of, not the words I would have chose, but that's okay. I love you. Thank you for writing this book and doing all this work so that I can pass on your work. That is not to say that there is one way of living and eating that everyone should adopt. This message is about doing the best we can within our circumstances. It's not always possible to access nutrition or locally produced alternatives. Good point. However, as consumers, we do have the power to push for change by choosing how and where we spend our money. We have many more options in the West than previous generations for plant-based alternatives. Furthermore, there is evidence to show that minimizing the intake of animal-based foods helps to address a range of endemic health issues. As the false food pyramids fall away, they reveal themselves as misinformative marketing tools of the meat industry. We can let go of this falsehood and choose nourishment that is sustainable, healthy, and inspiring. Also, be aware of environmental factors such as land clearing and water use. Once you start to scratch the surface, you'll discover alarming and eye-opening truths about food production. There's no need to be dogmatic about making a shift, but do what you can. It does make a difference. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Boom. Loka smatsta sukino bhavantu. I hope I did that justice. All right. Translation in Sanskrit of the Sanskrit prayer. Yeah. Cool. Very important. Because again, it's about looking at the big picture and everything else that is happening, right? That's what animals teach you. Easy peasy. Teach anybody to be more considerate and aware. It's like the kitties, right? They all got their hangout, over by one of the, and it's like, I wish I could go in there and just clean their hangout. You know what I mean? Like with somebody's house, or, you know what I mean? It's like, it's their property. I'm not trying, I'm gonna knock on the door with a bucket and be like, "Hey, can I clean your your stuff?" Or, I don't even know if they know all the cats are there. They probably do, but I don't even want to bring it up. But that's so important. I'm just glad that card came out because not everybody's at the same level, which we all know, and so sometimes people are still in that meat eating, tapering off phase, if you will, other people aren't, and you'll know because what you eat starts, right? See, the modern health BS is that, it's because you're getting older and you can't eat these same things and the blah 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 blah. And the whole point is that we should have never been eating those things from the beginning, so we've just been slowly killing ourselves, so it's not like something's wrong with you, you're getting old and you're getting diseases because you're weak now. It's because of how we are taking care of ourselves, period, in every aspect, animals and plants included, right? How many people walk through the forest and actually stay on the path? I never do. I'm the first guy to blame. Like, I always want to go off the beaten path, always. It's the only place that's fun. The path, we already know, it goes that way. And then where does it pop out? Probably at the end of the park, or by the next marker. And then what? Then we turn and then we go somewhere else. Now, don't go too far. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to. But I always love that. I think that's the best place to go. I think this whole world should be covered in grass. I don't even need concrete. We got cars, yeah, and bikes, and yeah, we gotta upgrade. We got upgrades. We got upgrades. We gotta do upgrades. Oh, and now we're doing Crow Tarot. Look at that. Okay, and then we'll do Galactic Heritage. No fighting. That's dude. That's what we've been doing for, like I said, about the war mentality. All these books, the secrets to war, or what the art of war, and all that. And it's like, why are we reading that? Why is that even a book? Well, it's a book because it has to be a book, and it's not like it's not helpful. But I don't think that's the book. We need to be focused on reading. You know what I mean? It'll help you protect yourself, right? Because the world still keeps doing it. If we lived in a place where we didn't have to defend ourselves all the time, we wouldn't need books like this. So basically, we could break it down into like 2 books. How to spot someone who's full of crap. And I mean energetically, something. How to spot BS when you see it, and how to connect. And even then, if you just do the connect book, you'll be able to learn all the rest of the stuff, right? Because we learn by what we don't want to happen, right? Okay. That's how we chose to learn in this place, I guess. All right. Hey, nice. Look, I'm liking this. This is for us. Feels like a year reading. Oh, and that was, I was arguing with him earlier. I think this is like not a week. It's Monday, so I missed Sunday, so it's not a week. Yeah, right. So this is for the year of the rabbit. Right? Shout out to the animal kingdom. Hello. That's why that card had to show up. Talking about the rabbits. We forget they're conscious. Oh, was that? So did you guys? I think it was. I don't know. It's a video or whatever, and it's on TikTok. I don't know. I just say it's like it was on TikTok like that. You might as well just say that. And the guys were talking about, the dogs that they got now that they're training with the buttons to say yes, no, whatever, and they program the buttons. So there's this one dog that the guy was talking about who they have a button. It says like, who am I? And then it's like for his name, like, like, oh, I forget the dog's name, Peaches, and so it would say, who am I? Right. And then they'd be like, whoa, you're Peaches, we love you, but whatever. And then the dog would go and stare at the mirror and just stare at himself in the mirror after they would say that. And like they were saying, you could see that it's like sad. And then it walked back to the buttons and hit the button that said help. Right. And then like, so in the TikTok, they're all like, I feel so, oh my gosh. In the TikTok, they're like, so this shows like you guys like, or, so it's like they were saying, the way they were saying it was like annoying me, they're like, that dogs aren't what we ever thought they were. And I'm like, what did you think they were in the first, your dog's asking for help. It needs love. You need to hug it more. Or it's in pain and you need to take it to the vet so they can check it out. It needs a checkup. You know what I mean? Like, or like, what, and I'm sure they are. I'm sure the family is. I really hope so. But like, I want that dog. I will explain everything to her. Right? Like, we need that dog. We need to adopt. We need to go find that dog and bring him into our community. Okay. So he has a place, and we can, so what, does he think he's human or does he, but and he's saying in the video that dogs, they might actually have a conscious. They might actually have a conscious, and I'm not quoting it precisely, but like I every time I think we're getting caught up, something happens. So, but I was just like, I got so triggered by that one because my heart is with this dog, like forever and ever, and all the dogs, right, that know that they're in. It's like if you look at a bird, I can hear their personality. I can hear them talking to me, like, not, what I mean? It's not perfect, right? Like I'm still learning all that, but it's like I can see it. I can see it's a being in there. It's a whole conscious being in there. I don't know what else to say. We gotta catch up, man. We gotta catch up. We gotta start talking about all this stuff. Golly, I need to be on every single channel, on every single show, and every single thing everywhere. I'm telling you right now, because I'll explain it all, and a lot of us can. But man, if I wasn't made for this, jeez, right? I don't even want to. All I want to do is go hang out. All I want to do is be by my friend's house. Come on by. That's all I want to do. Talk about whatever's in the moment. Right? everybody's like, if the only moment that exists is the now, is the present moment. What's everybody doing stuff all the time? Like in that whole concept, like that we have to grow ourselves as human beings and learn how to do things so that then we can one day just do them instantly. Like, what's with all this just forever and ever for thousands of years? Just what's with all this work? What is it with that? I'm supposed to feel honored and proud of myself that I came all the way down to low, and then we kind of helped build people up out of it. Like, how about we just how about we just come down and we just do it? And that's why you guys just gotta keep doing it. You just gotta keep having my shows. I'm gonna have my shows on here. We just keep doing it over and over, right? It never ends. Because we got babies. Coming in. There's always gonna be some old babies. Gotta teach them right from wrong. How to live with honesty. That's a big one. Honesty and integrity. That's a big one. Stop selling yourself short. Stop selling yourself out. For $1 bill. For $1. Can I holla for $1? Hello. Card number 2. All right, let's go. Dogs are not drones. Yeah, seriously, dude. Man's best friend. Yeah. Like, we're not supposed to fight. We're supposed to dance, right? That's why I always liked the thief class and the ninja class. Oh, yeah. Right. And then it's the barbarian who just, because personally, I wouldn't choose the barbarian. You know what I mean? I'd rather just be ninja. But like, I know the importance of the barbarian, and it actually allows me, it feels really good. It allows me to take all of this that I know as a nit and just go. And that's liberating. That's why the adrenaline junkie, that's why we got all this down here. Dogs are not drones. Oh my God. Yeah. You look in the eyes and you see a loving soul. In Milo's eyes, cool. Yeah, the dog. Like the dog in the car when I was leaving the store. And he's sitting there, and it was a canine. Big old guy, and he's in the back seat. And he's just like, he's in the shadow of the seat, he's just looking at me. He's looking at me like this. Where he's like, he's not sad, but he's like, dude, life, bro. And I was just, and I seen him, I went, oh my God, I love you. And then he was in the car, and I didn't say it, but you blink, right? I blink, and you'll learn that about cats. Whoa, look at this color. Hey, this is like more normal. Where's my white skin? Yeah, that's white. This is like normal color. Why when I come here? Is the camera like too good or something? Like it's so good that it's not. That could be a thing. Too much, not enough yin and yang for this camera, or too much. And there's no core. It needs a core. But I just blinked at the dog, and you'll realize that with cats too, that they blink a lot. They're communicating with you. Yeah. So you want to, it's all on your facial expression. It's all your expression, right? So you just blink, like you smile at the dog, you say I love you, and then that spark comes into your eyes, and then you tell them, right? Third eye. That's how it works. Heart. Don't worry if it's coming in here, comes from the top, it goes up. What if I'm upside down? I can't meditate upside down. What about bats? Huh? Well, how do bats get their downloads when they go to sleep at night or in the morning, and everything bounds opposite? We gotta stop worrying about that stuff. Worrying about northeast, southwest, east coast, west coast. Guess what? If they're all not happy and in peace, like we're gonna have to go there. You know what I mean? Then we have to worry about it. But it's the worrying about it that causes more worrying about it, and then we're back into the full circle. Thank you for the infinity sign. All right. Full circle, huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Full circle, huh? That's funny. It's interesting. Okay, I only pull 3 cards. I don't want to start pulling more. I'm going to need light. You're getting the light off the off the laptop you can see me well, but I can't see nothing over here below. Cool cards. Very happy. King of Cups. We all know what the King of Cups. There it is. Focused. Wow. Okay, folks. All right, I'm gonna read it. I like reading it. The King of Cups. Bada bing, bada boom. Next guy who says bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Psychic, creative, love, dreams, feeling element is water. Of course, the King of Cups is a Zen master who has complete control over his emotions. This regal bird can handle the most tumultuous of situations with grace and compassion. That's how I like to feel. Like I I tell you guys, I like chaos. Like there's something, but what I've learned in this life is if you go into that chaos, even if as the King of Cups, there's too much chaos and nobody's gonna listen to you anyways. The only people who are gonna listen to you are the ones who truly in their hearts like actually want to help, you know what I mean? But everybody else who's got an agenda, they're not. That's why it's chaos in the first place, right? So yeah, I resonate with King of Cups. When you receive a royal visit from the tumultuous with grace and passion. When you receive a royal visit from the King of Cups, it may be a signal to take some quiet time to reflect on the emotions around the situation. What emotional triggers seem to pop up regularly that hold back progress? Yeah, no, that's very important. And thank you again. See, triggers. There you go. See, you guys, well, I appreciate us working together. I know. Me too. All right. So, triggers, emotion. I talk about this all the time. Choose. Everybody wants to be a king, queen, or something, right? Or whatever. What is the sayings nowadays? It's the rise of the queens. You know what I mean? And the kings are just everybody's coming for the kings because they've been greedy this whole time. But yeah, this is what I talk about all the time on the show. I was just saying, like the difference between like when you know something, but then your body still feels it. Like we have to exhale those things out. We have to really transmute it. The action part of the mental thoughts or you know what I mean? You have to change your food, go to sleep on time, 9 hours of sleep, 9 hours, right? I've always said 9 hours. And sure, the more you meditate, you can get down to 6, you can get down to 3, but you have to be meditating in order to do that. But we sleep an hour and a half in 90-minute cycles, right? 90 minutes ish, the whole full sleep cycle. And so we do it multiple times at night. And of course, 9 is just a very good number. 3, 6, 9, I would say go with that. Don't do 9. Even then, it's 90 minutes. It's an hour and a half. What's that? What's 90 minutes? Anyways, never mind. I'm gonna start going all supernova or something. I don't know, super technical, whatever, numbers and letters and shapes. And then we have the 5 of Swords. And I love saying it that way. I apologize if that's annoying to anybody. Swords. It's the 5 of Swords. All right. The victorious crow holds the swords of those he defeated. Oh, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. There. Haha. Okay. He holds the swords of those he defeated. On the surface, the victory may look positive, but in the end could lead to loneliness and despair. A 5 of Swords denotes a hard-fought battle that you won, but the cost may end up being higher than expected. It could be a loss of friendship at the expense of being right, or a conflict that will leave you feeling isolated. Reversed, which it wasn't, the 5 of Swords indicates that you're tired of fighting and you have accepted that some gains are not worth the battle. Yeah, that's the wisdom of it. It's yin and yang. It's yin and yang, right? Reversed, what is it? Yin and yang. Yeah, take what you will. I think this is for us all on the path a little ahead of time than others. Is Now knowing what we know, what we've always known, but we've had a lot of time to solidify it, right? Be careful of who we had to challenge in order to get there, right? So the year of the rabbit, let's look back. Water rabbit, let's reestablish the communications, the waters, the flow of what's really important, because we got dragons coming up next year. We got dragons, and when the magical dragons get here, you want your integrity. That's what I would say. Yeah, that's probably the best word, well, whatever, that I can think of right now. Integrity. Thank you. When you're facing dragons, you just want to have integrity. When you're facing any higher level beings, it's not always necessarily about the things you've done wrong, in your life, the thing, this and that. It's having integrity in that moment, right? Being aware that I did do something, or you know what I mean? They're not, they're not here for the, oh, because of this I did that, and it's exactly like I explained to you guys. That's why I say I'm a little bit part dragon, at least. But I think we're all the parts, anyways, right? We all have a certain amount of everything. But like that's what comes out when I'm always talking about this stuff. I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm here. It's me again, dragon, and whatever other aspect that wants to come out. My lion, my Lyran, my Sirius, right? I think I resonate with them all. My Pleiadian, he just wants to have fun, party all the time. And then we got, I'm gonna keep you guys, King of Wands. That's my Lyran. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. We got the Lion. All right. So we go from King of Cups, and we got the King of Wands at the end, right? With all of our the dead bodies in the wake behind us, and yeah, or whatever. Moving forward, what is that that joke Tommy Davidson did in the King's Comedy, where he's talking about, he's got that aunt that'll just mess everybody up. All the kids are acting around, they're acting stupid, acting this. So he's hitting the microphone, and then he's like, and then she finally realizes what happened, and there's all these babies laying on the ground, and she just like fixes her hat. I said, "Everybody all right?" Like, sorry, I totally freaked out right there. It's hilarious. Like, we've all been having to fight. You know what I mean? Like, for the longest time. Really a really long time. Like we said, this goes back a long time since Earth got here. Yeah, maybe not initially, right? But then it was only for certain. Anyways, just stop. To tell them to stop. No, not doing that right now. Not going down that path. We're doing the water rabbit, yin and yang, and the fundamentals of life. Okay. Yeah, the rabbit is also 7. What are the lucky days? The 15th, the 27th, and the something. But it's 5, 7, and 9 for the rabbit this year. So you got some 7s for sure. Because you gotta set up for your dragons in the future. Here's my antennas. The Suit of Wands. No, the Suit of Wands. No, the King of, way at the top. Suit of Wands. Okay. It's the first page. Who would have thought? Keywords: intuition, creativity, and action. Fire. Do I have to explain anymore? Right? I mean, geez, I love you guys. Gosh, see, I can't talk about it how I want to talk about it. I can't wait until like labs just envelop the world. and like people are strong. They're not worried about everything that somebody says. We all just talk out of our behinds and no one cares. We can be kids again. We can be beings of this amazing, or this whole concept, like you have to be a being, you have to learn, you have to grow and be a higher vibration because you need to keep balance in the universe. I'm like, listen, man, like I'm always saying that. Just never mind. I want to go there. I love you guys. You lost sound. Oh, it's back. I think the Wi-Fi thing popped out for a second. The King of Wands is an entrepreneurial bird who can take a concept and fly with it. Under supervision of the king, the idea transforms into reality and will reach its highest potential possible. There's always more potential possible. Anyways, he is relentless in his pursuit of perfection and with laser-like vision focuses on the goal. He is charismatic and natural-born leader, although at times he can be a bit arrogant. Right, because it's perspective. How you going to say somebody's arrogant? Here it comes. Here it comes. How are you going to say somebody's going to be arrogant? We want peace on earth, but we can't change everything on earth. So it's because I'm arrogant because I want peace on earth. Explain that. Right? I'm like, oh yeah, King of Cups. I don't need to choose to be upset right now. Okay? Like, no, wait, no. Either this is all going to be balanced or we're just constantly going to be separated. Constantly. Can't, right? The concept of holding balance for the light and for the dark. I think I did that backwards. That was perfect. Doesn't mean it's learning how to go to the extremes in a safe way, not hurt too many people on the way. Right? It's learning how, and this is how we do it, right? We start to remember these things that were, our childlike natures, and that we're all human, that we're all beings, aminals included. He's a relentless, laser-like, charismatic, natural-born leader, arrogant. And a reading, the energy of the King of Wands represents either yourself or someone who has a clear vision of what needs to be accomplished for a project to be successful. Sure we do. I mean, I said that for myself, not you guys. Take this as a confirmation that focused energy will result in a positive and fruitful outcome. Hey, bada bing, bada boom. There it is. That's what it is. Right? Because what are we doing? We're looking back on all the things that we had to fight for. Right? And again, now we gotta, everybody all right? Right? We gotta make sure. I'm sorry. I destroyed your whole, video games or whatever, kids, but don't worry, you'll be fine without me. My bad, But yeah, so we got this year, we got a whole year, right? Get your P's and Q's and dot your T's and cross your I's, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's coming. That's what's coming in the future. We're all getting ready for it. But we all have to allow all things, right? And that's the big, that's the whole point, right? You can only do so much, right? We have to allow the universe to be the universe also. And when we attune with that, it all makes sense, We're just down here talking, or at least I am. I like to talk on every level because I don't think one is better than the other. So, but that's the thing, we say we're talking as human, or we're talking as spirit, or we're talking realistically, we're all just talking as the beings that we are. And that's how we've always been talking. There's ego and then there's spiritual ego. What? No, there's just ego. And it's either of a spiritual nature or a physical nature. Like, no, there's no differences. It's all the same thing. Quit trying to confuse everybody. It's all the same. It's all Groundhog's Day. It's all Groundhog's Day. Even for spirit. And we need to remember that too, because there's going to be a lot of spiritual beings that, are learning from us and are maybe didn't do the right things, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. When if we all just poofed out of physicality into spirit, guess what? It'd be a whole bunch of people, all at different levels again, or beings, whatever, right? Still doing it, still going, still making it work, still not making it work over there with those guys, It's like we have to give all the love to everything, everywhere, all the time. And understand that you're already doing that, even if you don't realize it, right? And the more we realize it, the more we're able to give, the more we're able to understand, it's just upgrade. It's just life. It's a video game. I've been saying it my whole life. It's why I like video games, pretty sure, right? They're smaller fractals, right, of the bigger life, where in the game you can go hunting or fishing or something and build a house. I always like the builder type games. Those are fun because I feel like I'm doing I'm getting place. Like there's it's the same down here, only it's not, because not all of us can just up and go chop down wood from a tree randomly and build a house there. That's why the games are fun. Kind of help us. You can learn some things. Because it's all the same thing. It's all the same. Anyways, okay, so cars. Yeah, no, clear. Okay. My brain's getting twisted. It's back. Yeah, dude. Seriously. It is a video game. But in this video game, if you expire, right, you have a different body. It's like the game that when you put on hard mode or whatever, that if you die, then you have to actually start all the way over back from the beginning. Yeah, and those aren't fun. None of us like those. I don't know. I mean, like maybe some of us do, but that because it's a game, right? Like 1 week, it's not real. It is real. Okay, so I have to iron this out before I talk about video games in relation to. I got one. Come on, this is for the rabbits. This is for the year 2023. The water rabbits. Oh, that was close. All right, you instead. I gotta pull at least 3 of these cards because there's like 2 decks. It's like soup. There's tons. There's 108 cards. So there's a lot. Boom, 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 boom. Third card. Boom, boom, boom. Who wants a card? Anybody? You get a card. Holy moly. You get a card. Come on with it. They want me to go. You want me to start? Pull a card as we go. We got Stubbornness, Pleiades, Past. Very good. Leap of Faith in the present to Orion. Well, gee, guys, I wonder what card's going to That's why I was taking it. You don't want to be too obvious, Well, obvious is good. That's what we need to do down here all the time. Explain it in a million ways, and we got to make it easy. This is for the whole year. I know. And then we got dragons next year. Okay, so what's the card going to be? If it pops out like Falcor, I'm gonna freak out. Like they're not even in this deck. How did you get that card? I have the one deck that has 109 cards, right? Oh, dude, we totally got this one. Didn't we get this one last week? And then we got Spiritual Technology and Vega present. Cool. So I think we know what this is. Stubbornness, Pleiades, and in the past. Stubbornness, Leap of Faith, Orion, right? And especially that they put this on the Orion card because you know how much went down in Orion. And then Vega, it's got the Spiritual Technology. Yep. Sweet. I like that. I like that. That's exactly what it is. Because it's the stubbornness and all the science and all the experts and all the and all the persona that I've been talking about, I identify with what, my pride and whatever, you know what I mean. And you got to put that down. I'm an expert. They're an expert. I listen to them. Maybe I shouldn't have. And you got to take a leap of faith. And you know what the leap of faith is? It's back to each other. And I've said this on the channel a million of times, but the leap of faith is Mr. Science Guy hopping on my channel and listening to what I got to say, right? That's the leap of faith, right? I've been listening to the scientists my whole life. You know what I mean? And all of us on the path have to take that leap of faith where we start to listen in a different way. We start to understand everything in a different way. And so we allow the knowledge, the higher knowledge to come in. And that's where we're going, spiritual technology. And that's what it really is. And that's an interesting way to put it. And it's the present. It's in the present. Yep. So I think, yeah, what's important to say about this one is that a lot of people, we're all, from our past, we all have our stubbornness. We all have our, things that we've done, used to like change. We don't want to, rock the boat too much. But then it's only with the leap of faith and the risks into anything. And that's what we all had to take on the path in order to understand spiritual technology. Yeah, I mean, I felt like I wanted to say that differently, but it really just came out the same way, right? Like, yeah, we could have said it differently, but it's not. I don't think we need to. So yeah, guys, it's all coming, man. Don't worry about it. It's all gonna happen, and it's a crazy paradox because it's gonna happen by us, through us, for us. What's on the bottom? Ooh, natural humility, Lyra, and in the future. Whoa, I want to read. What is natural humility? As opposed to doing it for a reason? Like humility, but you're lying? What is natural? The ancient Lyran trait of arrogance. Oh, that's where it comes from. Eventually transformed into a beautiful trait of natural humility. This humility is not one of low self-worth, but instead acknowledges that all beings, including the self, are equal in the eyes of the universe and that no one is more special than another. Nice. This natural humility represents a balanced ego and is essential for the transformation of a species. Look within, begin the process of knowing that all begins in the universe and all beings in the universe are equal to you, even the Buddha. Watch how this thought can be one of arrogance or profound humility. Therein lies the lesson. Right. And that's a great way of putting it because we're talking about yin and yang. Thank you. That word, arrogance, or humility, or so I am equal even to the great Buddha, right? Why are you saying that? Right. That's going to be your yin and yang. Right. And then once you get past that, because you're not saying it like, oh, I wish I could be, right, which would be yin, or you're saying I'm totally like that guy, and then it's yang, it's arrogance. You just detach and you're just like, I know in my heart that we're all human. We're all human. That's what we say down here. That's how we've been saying it for some years or however long. So all right, cool beans. I might be going live again. I totally remembered I might be doing this for another hour with Jeanette. So let you guys go and just say that I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for showing up. You guys are the reason I do this in every which way. So much love to all you guys. And I'll see you on the next one, unless we got any comments. Nope. Just showtime, guys. Rock and roll. And really getting in the flow, right? This is going to be a wonderful year of just do what you got to do in the moment for yourself, for others. Know, that's why I'm doing it. There's a reason. It's all going to be good. Don't get caught up, like working a 9 to 5 or something, like don't get caught up in the whole, like, this, that, like, no, you're doing it for a reason. You're doing it for, but then change it if you want, look for another job. A lot of people, they'll stay for, at a job they don't like and never think that they could find something better or something, and it's just like, no, go get out there and just, yeah, right. It's what I'm going to be doing big time. So I'm prepping myself too. All right, guys, much love, much light. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Namaste. One love. One love.